buna göre.
According. We plan our lessons according to each student's needs.
Derslerimizi her öğrencinin ihtiyaçlarına göre planlıyoruz.
They changed the time according to the bus schedule.
Otobüs saatlerine göre saati değiştirdiler.
Students study according to the teacher's advice every day.
Öğrenciler her gün öğretmenin tavsiyelerine göre ders çalışıyor.
According to this chart, if we want to lose a pound a day, we have to burn twice as many calories as we eat.
Now, this is the number of combat troops available for an invasion according to these figures.
According to our intel, the Germans had no troops left, no money, no munitions of any kind.
From each according to his ability, to each according to his needs.
According to this, you were arrested in Sachsdorf on May 5th, 1986, along with your friend Steven.
According to this memo, I'm supposed to give you guys 45 minutes per section, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
The case presented civil liberties issues according to the Russians' lawyer, James B. Donovan.
That person demands to be treated according to their worth because they understand what they are worth.
According to the International Banking Commission, Venestrom, a week after the Millennium article appeared on newsstands.
And according to the kid who works there, this is a pretty good approximation of what your daughter will look like 18 years from now.
Temel, dayanak.
Basis. We decided on the plan on a fair basis.
Planı adil bir temelde kararlaştırdık.
Honesty is the basis of any strong friendship.
Dürüstlük, her sağlam arkadaşlığın temelidir.
This course gives a good basis for language learning.
Bu kurs, dil öğrenimi için iyi bir temel sağlar.
Local property owners objected to the Halloran proposal on the basis that it would overcrowd the public schools.
On the basis of the staff report, Norman Bates is judged restored to sanity and is ordered released forthwith.
I am transparent to you, unable to hide my motivations, which is a good basis for a partnership, no?
I'm calling you a thief on the basis of the household accounts, which you very sensibly hid under your mattress.
Can you imagine being asked by your daughter to meet your ex-wife on a daily basis when you hardly seen her for 3 decades?
Law, patriotism, duty, the very basis of our society, hope to survive.
By this I mean that sales of older homes are done on an individual basis, but there's considerably more room for negotiation.
I'm hiring you boys on an exclusive basis, and I'm willing to pay more money than you've ever seen before.
You lose because if you were to win this case, the whole basis of family law would be undermined.
Information like that is given out on a need-to-know basis only, and at this particular time you do not need to know.
Konuşma, sohbet.
Conversation. We had a long conversation about our weekend plans.
Hafta sonu planlarımız hakkında uzun uzun sohbet ettik.
I enjoy a brief conversation with my coworker every day.
Her gün iş arkadaşımla kısa bir sohbet etmeyi seviyorum.
They started a serious conversation before making the final decision.
Son kararı vermeden önce ciddi bir konuşma yaptılar.
So we wandered down Melrose and had the kind of small talk conversation necessary to cover over what had just happened.
No, I'll join this conversation on the proviso that we stop bitching about people, talking about wigs.
Well, I'm sure I don't know, but if I wasn't trying to keep the conversation going, then we would just be sitting here in an embarrassed silence.
You know, Mr. Wilton, we're used to such brilliant conversation in this house that sometimes I wonder if we're not a little spoiled.
No, I think it's probably better if I don't characterize that conversation that I didn't hear.
My idea of good company, Mr. Elliot, is the company of clever, well-informed people who have a great deal of conversation.
You know, having a conversation with you is like is like a Martian talking to a fungo.
I just want you to know that this is like the first conversation of like 3 conversations that leads to you being gay. Like,
Let me see some tenderness connected with this world, or I'll be haunted by that terrible conversation forever.
Throughout this conversation with him, I had the impression that his earlier protestations have been quite insincere.
Dezavantaj, zarar.
Disadvantage. A small house has the disadvantage of less storage space.
Küçük bir evin dezavantajı, depolama alanının daha az olmasıdır.
Traffic is a major disadvantage for my daily commute to work.
Trafik, işe her gün gidip gelmem için büyük bir dezavantaj.
The cold weather is a disadvantage when you bicycle to school.
Okula bisikletle giderken soğuk hava bir dezavantajdır.
Your Honor, my defender is not here this morning, and I feel that under the circumstances, this puts me at a disadvantage.
Well, Roz was the big loser, but she was at a clear disadvantage because she was drifting in and out of consciousness the whole time.
However, this has one disadvantage in that one cannot see where one is going.
Calling on women to fight against ERA and her claims it will disadvantage housewives and take away the privileges of women.
We are already at a disadvantage because it's several months since he left the wild.
The only disadvantage with limestone, although very hard rock, road wearing and all the rest of it, course-based stuff.
Yes. But if you'd be good enough to tell me what you're holding back, perhaps I might be at less of a disadvantage.
However, at this endeavor, I'm at a slight disadvantage insofar as I don't know what they look like.
Your propensity of starting fires in public places has you at a disadvantage.
You know, I feel that sometimes you make a comparison between us that leaves me at a disadvantage.
Eğlendirmek, ağırlamak, düşünmek.
Entertain. They entertain guests at home every Saturday evening.
Her cumartesi akşamı evde misafirlerini ağırlıyorlar.
The clown will entertain the children with funny tricks.
Palyaço, çocukları komik numaralarla eğlendirecek.
I often entertain the idea of moving abroad.
Sık sık yurt dışına taşınmayı düşünüyorum.
You know, like to have something to entertain the kids while the parents are getting the house ready.
You know, I hope you guys will excuse me for saying so, but if you guys want to go on TV talk shows, bend spoons, entertain people, I'm all for that.
Toward the frenetic, Gideon falls into his characteristic weakness of trying too hard to please, to entertain.
You know, it's not often us Texans get an opportunity to entertain the future President of the United States, that's for sure.
Now, you might want to entertain the possibility that there's some people more capable of handling these episodes than you.
Our girls will serve refreshments, do the dishes, and entertain with songs and readings.
I knew what she did for a living, but whether she used to entertain her clients here or not, I couldn't say.
No sooner do I entertain Matthew's offer to buy me out and reject Dry Eye's offer.
Then you're in Madrid. You care to join me at my table where I entertain my guests?
A mental traveler hasn't the need to eat or sleep or entertain.
Story time!
Every Thursday after work, Layla and Jem met at a small coffee shop near the station. They had a simple rule. According to their plan, they would never talk about work problems there. This rule was the basis of their weekly meeting, because they wanted the time to feel light and free. One rainy evening, the coffee shop was full, and they had to share a table with an older woman named Eileen. Soon they started a friendly conversation about books, travel, and strange things that happen on the subway. Eileen said she liked to entertain herself by watching people and imagining their stories. Layla laughed and said that sometimes she did the same thing when she felt bored or lonely. Jem, however, explained that there was one disadvantage to this habit. Sometimes his imagination made him feel more worried, not more relaxed. According to Eileen, the secret was to give every stranger a kind ending in your mind, even if their face looked serious. The three of them spent an hour entertaining each other with small stories about the people walking past the window. On the basis of that one chance meeting, they decided to invite Eileen to join their Thursday coffee nights whenever she wanted. Their simple rule stayed the same, but now every week their conversation grew richer, and the little coffee shop felt more like home.
Sonrasında.
The following day we went to the market.
Sonraki gün pazara gittik.
We met our teacher the following week after the holiday.
Tatilden sonraki hafta öğretmenimizle görüştük.
Please check the following list and choose 3 items.
Lütfen sonraki listeye göz atın ve 3 öğe seçin.
Wilson and Crown
Cromwell report to clinic for CPT following agricultural training.
Following an inquiry into the disqualification of driver James Hunt from the Spanish Grand Prix.
Because the last time the law got its hands on a pirate of that stature, it yielded the following.
During the years following the war, would you say that you exerted a great influence on the atomic policies of the USA?
So for the next 2 weeks, we will be following a standard school schedule.
I'm not just following you around trying to show off my knowledge of seasonal produce.
I was saying, I don't know what the hell's going on, but now he's got his driver following me around.
But you have to understand that I was under a lot of pressure following my retirement.
Checking on guys, following things up, putting the pieces together.
Following that, rock, rap, hip-hop, jazz, and Hamlet.
Hemen, ani, acil.
Immediate. The doctor gave me immediate advice after the short exam.
Doktor kısa muayeneden sonra bana hemen tavsiye verdi.
We need immediate action to fix this small safety problem.
Bu küçük güvenlik sorununu düzeltmek için hemen harekete geçmemiz gerekiyor.
Please call me if you need immediate help with homework.
Ödevle ilgili acil bir yardıma ihtiyacın olursa lütfen beni ara.
They can only be allowed to travel with enough luggage to meet their immediate personal needs.
There have been deep lacerations in the immediate area, and these have been approximated by fine surgical sutures.
We, the members of the jury, recommend and request an immediate investigation by the proper federal authorities.
Area weather is expected to continue warm and clear to partly cloudy for tomorrow with no chance of precipitation in the immediate forecast.
In the middle of all of this, I started to think about the one thing that makes me feel really good and makes immediate sense.
Will be represented by 2 or 3 volunteers who will speak on the necessity of the immediate surrender of the assassin.
Please, the court, I suggest the members be dismissed so that we can move to an immediate Article 39A session.
Refusal to abide by all the Detroit City ordinances will result in immediate arrest and forfeiture.
And so we are offering immediate deployment of the LR-5, our state-of-the-art rescue submersible.
It will be my immediate care to place your mother and sister in some sphere of life in which they may become independent.
Çarpmak, çoğalmak.
Multiply. If bacteria find food, they can multiply very quickly.
Bakteriler yiyecek bulduklarında çok hızlı çoğalabilirler.
Please multiply the 2 numbers on the paper and check.
Lütfen kağıttaki 2 sayıyı çarpıp kontrol eder misin?
Farmers worry when rabbits multiply and damage the crops.
Tavşanlar çoğalıp ürünlere zarar verince çiftçiler endişelenir.
It only keeps alive the weak, the stupid, the lazy, who breed and multiply, weakening the human race.
This boy, Damon Wells, can multiply 2 columns of 20-digit numbers in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but if these things continue to multiply, we're talking about cascading system-wide effects, Ian.
And God said, "Be fruitful and multiply," and fetched him to fix the doors.
It's a week-long intensive training program that literally teaches you how to multiply your child's intelligence.
Sanchez, then you take out your calculator and you multiply that number by 100.
I think if you saved every paycheck you earn for the rest of your life and then multiply it by 10, you could probably buy my muffler.
I have seen these bullies multiply and grow strong.
In finding your other half, the gifts of your life will multiply.
And then inject all other animals so that knowledge can spread and multiply.
Yayımlamak, duyurmak.
Publish. The school will publish the exam dates next Monday morning.
Okul sınav tarihlerini önümüzdeki pazartesi sabahı yayımlayacak.
Please publish the report on the website before Friday evening.
Lütfen raporu cuma akşamına kadar web sitesinde yayımlayın.
The author plans to publish a new book this summer.
Yazar bu yaz yeni bir kitap yayımlamayı planlıyor.
Let her a while be secretly kept in and publish it, that she is dead indeed.
We can all appreciate why Ben wants to publish, and if these papers had come from someone else, we might have been able to skirt the issue.
Do you want to talk a little about how it felt to publish such a personal piece?
They'd also published scientific evidence that proved Jews and blacks were the lowest form of human species.
I'm not going to allow a gang of cement heads to intimidate me just because I refuse to publish their stupid manifesto.
Concoct and publish a fabrication injurious to the family name of my client, Nicholas Simmons.
If you've been able to cure Jasper Adams, why don't you publish it to the world for the benefit of humanity instead of hiding it away?
Mac was up for tenure at the college, and he needed to publish or he would lose his position.
The one-man press is going to publish the first book from Salinger in 3 decades.
And this is why we cannot publish any more until you finally trust me on this business of proofs.
Story time! Laura wrote a small blog about simple city life and posted a new story every evening. One day, she decided to publish a post about her difficult breakup and her slow recovery. She felt nervous because the post was honest and personal, but she clicked the button and watched it go online. In the following hours, her phone started to buzz again and again. People from many countries shared her story on social media. The number of readers seemed to multiply every minute, and the view counter moved so fast that she had to refresh the page to believe it. Her email box filled with messages from strangers who said her words helped them feel less alone. Laura wrote a short statement on her blog, thanking everyone for their kind messages and support. In that statement, she also asked readers to be gentle with each other in the comments. The change in her life was almost immediate, because new job offers arrived from online magazines. One editor wanted to publish a series of her stories about healing after heartbreak. In the following weeks, Laura worked every morning at a small cafe, writing and answering her readers. She did not become famous in the whole world, but her courage began to multiply inside the quiet hearts of many people. When she finally closed her laptop each night, she felt tired but peaceful, because her pain now had a clear, helpful place in other lives.
İzlediğin için teşekkür ederim. Bugün öğrendiğin kelimelerden biriyle kısa bir İngilizce cümle yaz. Yazdığın cümleyi yorumlarda okuyup gerekirse düzelteceğim. Her gün 20.00'da yeni ders geliyor. Görüşmek üzere. Bye bye. See you.
If you like this one, hit like and subscribe. See you in the next video.